The speech right there, man. Where you from?
I'm from Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater,
Florida. Tampa Bay area. That's right by Tampa Bay.
Wick City.
Wick City.
What's the
Wick City.
What's the area code for that?
727.
727.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
727.
727. All right.
Yes. Okay, so you know this is the color show. So what is your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. That's why we sitting in these blue chairs right now.
It's a big one, man.
Velvet.
This shit hard.
Suede, velvet.
Oh,
yeah. Okay.
I got that bit out the mall.
All right. Shout out to the mall, man. Just the
Four Seasons.
Four Seasons had this.
Yeah, Four Seasons.
Second floor.
Second floor.
I know.
Everywhere I do.
I know. I was there.
Hook me up.
Nah, for real. That's lit though. It's a good color though. I like this.
No, this shit fire for it.
To reminisce on like the start of it all, man. When did you start rapping?
When did I start rapping? Oh man, I can't even necessarily say when it was a starting point. I always been into music. Since middle school, played the saxophone through middle school, and you know, I think probably my first rap that I did was probably when I was like 19, 20 years old.
Remember what song it was?
Man, it was called War.
Okay.
I don't remember the beat. It was called War. I did it with my homeboys. It was called SMG.
SMG.
Back in the days, you know, shout out to them. But one of my homeboys in that group, he got locked up. He got 25 plus.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I'll talk about, man. He was really getting it out of the mud, but just trying to survive. But we kind of broke ties. But he ended up, you know, getting up, you know, life probably without parole. Or 25 plus, I'm not sure exactly what it was. But we did a song called War.
Okay.
And they was like, hey, let's just jump on the verse, you know what I mean? And that was actually the first time I recorded in the studio, the first time I really wrote something.
Yeah. So you didn't plan to be on that song, you were just in the...
I was in the studio. Yeah, it was like, hey, put something on there. Did a verse, and man, like a week later, man, everybody knew that part of the song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that part.
That part. You know what I mean? And I can say when I really started getting serious was actually probably back in 2000, beginning of 2020.
Okay.
You know, I was more focused on, you know, just putting myself on the right path. You know what I mean? So, kind of worked hard more on family and you know career, and kind of lost the passion for it. But I always had my studio equipment. My first little setup. Yeah, just one day just thought I might get back into it. You know, my ex, she supported me on doing it. And then probably like the first month of looking up this new studio setup I had got. It was a Persona Studio 1 edition. And I literally hooked it up, and probably like a month later I had came out with that Don't Die Young song.
Yeah, that was the one.
That was, I don't know where that song came from. I really feel like when you're an artist, sometimes you get that feeling like, how did I write that? Or why did I write that?
Oh, yeah.
Or what made me say that? You know what I mean? And Don't Die Young was one of those situations where it was like an accident, because I don't like to do repetitive hooks like that. And it was just repetitive, but it was like, after I kept hearing it, it was like it was beating it into my head.
Can't catch you.
Can't catch it.
Yeah.
You can't really catch it. And then it's like, you know, me not being sure about my music or whatever. I went to the hardest person that always be like, oh man, you need some work. Oh man, you need to do this. Oh, you need to sound like this, you know what I mean, or whatever. I went to him and was like, hey man, how this song sound? And then he just fell in love with the song.
You like that one?
But he just fell in love with
I
that.
felt that. You felt what you put in that.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into it. I got some, you know, I got a lot of natural plays on it when I first dropped it and stuff like that. But that was kind of the beginning of, you know what I'm doing today.
Okay.
I stay in the studio. Sometimes if I'm not feeling the vibe, I'll step away. You know, I do research.
That shit.
I do music research. I do, you know what I mean? I only learn how to do the marketing part, even though I ain't got that many hands to do all that stuff, but it's still good enough to know a little bit. And that's how I always that's how I always pursue it. I try to take a little bit from here, a little bit from there. You know what I mean? So when it's time to fill those slots, I know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think right now it's like more of the business of how music is working right now, and I'm kind of into that a little bit, so I can stray away from just being in the studio, sometimes. But you know, for the last few months, man, I've been very creative. Of course, y'all know we did that running track. We literally finished that one like a month ago.
Do you have any upcoming events or like songs drop or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we definitely finna drop running.
Okay.
You know,
You got a certain date for that?
not yet. We still definitely gonna do a little bit more work on the vocal part.
Tighten it up a little.
Tighten it up a little bit more. We also got another song where I think that we actually all did together. Me, TNC, and Jamal told them, because I know that man, we've been doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
They're helping me be creative. I appreciate them boys.
Yeah.
They support me. I support them. So they're like that motivational key right now when I thought that I was on the downslope of being creative. But every time I bring these boys in the studio, they come in there, work, they inspire me to do something different. So right now, our music, the music that we're doing, or the music that I have been working on, or the music that TNC been working on, is starting to come out a lot different than what it was before. So, I think this is always about that progress, man.
That's good. To always have somebody in your corner, or a group of friends, or a group of creators that are coming together and pushing each other. That's normally where the best shit happens, because you feel like, damn, I did something a certain way, and you get another opinion. They may polish it up just a little bit. You never even thought it could be that way. They put their little razzle dazzle on it. Now you're like, oh shit, I should have said it that way. You right? Let me do it this way.
Yeah.
And it becomes something great. I think that's real dope, real talk. Like, when it comes to influence.